turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for.
You are responsible for the killings in Enugu, Rivers states. IPOB slams the army, the Nigerian army. Yes, IPOB is saying it categorically without mentioning words. Look what is happening in the southeast state of Enugu. The killings there, the unwarranted and unabated killings. And even in Rivers State, IPOB said, look, we know those who are responsible. The Nigerian army cannot deny it. The culpability of what's happening there. So in a statement by Ima Powerful, the spokesperson of this noble group, he said, look, I quote, we, the global movement of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB under the leadership of Mazen Abdulkadir, wish to inform the general public, particularly Biafrans as well as the international community, that the 82 Division Enugu and 6th Division Port Harcourt and their commanders are the people behind the deployment of Fulani terrorist herdsmen who have escalated the recent killings and kidnappings that are going on in the two states of Enugu and Rivers states. The two commanders were instructed to ensure Fulani herdsmen take over our southeast and Rivers state. They were assigned to the Nigerian Army's 82 Division of Enugu and 6th Division Port Harcourt Rivers states for two sinister objectives. Firstly, to spread Fulani and Boko Haram terror in Biafra land, and secondly, to prepare the ground for the Fulani cabal to use them and the army in rigging the forthcoming Nigeria selection process called an election. End of quote. That's a statement from Ima Powerful I just quoted. They say two sinister motives they have. They have these commanders that are bringing in these terrorists in the guise of the Nigerian army. So they have two sinister motives, and that one is to advance the Fulani's onslaught on the zone, particularly the two zones, the southeast and Niger Delta. Yes, so they advance the cause of the Fulani people, so that they will continue to move and move and move into the hinterlands and ultimately take over the zone, the two zones, the Niger Delta and the southeast. That's the first agenda. And the second agenda is for them to put them into, to get them ready in strategical positions for the ultimate rigging of the 2023 selection process. You know, they don't conduct election in Nigeria. The international community is aware of this. And that's why they will threaten the international community when they have elections, like it was done in 2019, when the governor of Kaduna State, Madam Nasser El-Rufai, threatened the international community, the observers. Look, if you come here to observe, so you will go in body bags. You will go in body bags if you come here to observe. If you come here to see what we are doing, the abracadabra we are doing, the marketing, the shady dealings we are doing here, calling it election. If you come here, we'll deal with you. You go in body bags. He threatened the international community. And so they are not in elections. It's a selection. It's abracadabra. They want to position themselves in power, the oligarchs, the Fulani oligarchs, and the collaborators in the southern Nigeria. They're doing everything humanly possible, whether lawful or unlawful, most which are unlawful, and to sit tight and to loot the resources of the state and to impoverish the people. And so they're putting their people here and there in strategical positions in the southern Nigeria to ensure that they rig the election. Yes, the selection, not just election. All right, and so that is the second. And so when you talk about the first, you see, to occupy the zone, the two zones, it is no longer news. The Methodist prelate that was kidnapped some time ago, early this year, or mid 2022, said it. He made a revelation. Yes, he said it. The prelate said he confirmed it from these people. Said they were speaking and he heard them directly. Somebody did not tell him. Said they are getting up arms. They are getting arms. They are getting money from this kidnapping, so that they will continue to buy arms and ammunition. That their mission is to round up the country, particularly the southern Nigeria, to round it up because they're already fighting ferociously, trying to take over the lands of people in the Middle Belt. middle belt states of Nigeria, that's not central states. And in the southeast and south and southwest, they are working hard trying to get more weapons to round up these locations. And that is it. So what IPOB is saying is to open the eyes of the people. When they say, it is a propaganda. It is a blackmail. We begin to wonder, what do you expect the government to say? And some people are lining with the government and saying IPOB is kind of propaganda. And at last they will say, oh, what IPOB is saying is true. Because some of these things that IPOB have said in the past, most of them has come to realization, they have come to fruition. They have seen that those things has happened. And when we be saying these ones, they will say, hey, propaganda, cheap propaganda. And at last it will happen. So our people should be very careful. That's what IPOB is saying. These commanders, a 2 division, ENUGU, and 6 division, Port Harcourt, well, that is what they are doing. Of late, when this man came, the commander of the 2 division, GOC, when he came, he was visiting the southeastern states. The governors were receiving him. We are watching them. They say, welcome. Security will be tight. We ensure that security, no killing is happening again. So all these things, the governors are moping. They don't know what they are doing. The governors of the southeast, they don't know what they are doing. They are moping. The man is traveling, moving around, and see what's happening. Try to get reconnaissance. See, the people of the southeast are beleaguered. They are under siege. The governors are collaborating with these commanders, the military commanders. If you see what the military is doing in the southeast, you will understand what you are saying. You know that they have come for occupation. They are not there to save lives. They are not there to bring security under control or insecurity under control. They are there to commit genocide. You will see the hate in them. It is evident in the way they look at people, the way they will carry their guns, the way they march, the way they look at, and the way they do after things, the way they control vehicles and mount roadblocks and collect tolls, the way they invade communities, the way they burn their houses, businesses, shops, killing people, shooting sporadically, indiscriminately, without recourse to the sacred sanctity of human life. Yes, and so you will understand these things. And you look at your governors. They will see all these things. They will say, welcome, GOC. This, that. The security is in your hand. And they will bring them in. And they will go and bring their own people in. And they will start, killing people extrajudiciously. Yes, forced disappearances. Who is doing it? Is it not the army? So this is not an allegation. This is a statement of fact. That's what we're trying to say.